A very good day to Madam Fariha. My name is HARISHVARAN, together with my teammates Austen and Izham. We are going to present our proposed title, which is Wave Energy Generator Study Kit for Education and Teaching Purposes. So environmental impacts such as air pollution, global warming, and severe weather are progressively being debated as a result of massive fossil oil use. Fossil fuels are predicted to account for more than 35% of total energy consumption in 2040 for power generation, based on an article written by Jones in 2015. In this aspect, harnessing renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, and ocean wave energy is far more crucial. So, of all the ocean clean energy sources, wave energy appears to have the second highest potential, based on an article written by Alan Clement in 2002. So, the scope of this project is to develop a prototype of a study kit of an energy generator for schools that are located near coastline or an island. Not only schools but also universities which are located near the coastline or an island. So the study kit will generate energy for electricity using only waves, and it will be used near the seashore whenever there are waves. It is developed to be used by students, educators in schools, and in high-level education as well. So the objectives of this proposed title will be to develop a prototype of study kit which focuses on wave energy generation, and as well as to test the study kit by generating electricity using wave energy. So now I will pass to my friend Austen.
Thank you, Haris. Good day, everybody. My name is DAGUL, and today I'm going to present about our research findings about the wave energy generator study kit for education and teaching purposes. Now, for this, we are based on the renewable energy. So first, it's about the renewable energy, is that it is derived from a natural resources. These natural resources are considered to be renewable because they could replenish themselves on a human timescale. Waves, sunlight, rains, tides, and geothermal heat are some of the most important sources. So, in our research, is based on the ocean energy that is generated in the form of kinetic energy when an entity is either moving, floating, or in a stationary state and moving through the waves. The kinetic energy is captured and used to power a generator. So, most waves are produced along the coast, where the wave is high, and thermal energy was also considered deep inside the ocean. The sun warmth hits the surface ocean water, which gives it thermal properties. So for the wave energy, it's also known as a wave and ocean wave energy, since it harnesses the strength of the wave produce electricity. So wave energy is a form of ocean-based renewable energy that differs from tidal energy, which is based on an flow of the tides. The transport and capture of the energy by ocean surface waves is known as a wave energy or wave power. So to capture the energy is then put to variety of useful purposes, for instance, power generation, water desalination, and water pumping. Next is about the electricity generation from wave energy. So before the wave reach the shore, ocean waves build up tremendously. So electrical energy can be provided by harnessing the ups and down of motion of ocean waves. A single wave energy can potentially power an electric car and allow it to travel hundreds of miles. So the energy content within a wave is affected by factors such as wind speed, wind length, the distance of open water blown over by the wind, and water depth. So wave height, wave length, and water density can be used to calculate wave power. Wave energy converters, also known as WEC devices, can be used to transform all of the data gathered into electricity. So that is all from our findings. So thank you very much. So I will pass it to the next person, that is Izham. Thank you very much.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Izham bin Ibrahim. Now I will continue with the methodology. So for the product design, there will be two components, major parts, which is mechanical parts and electrical part. So for the first component in mechanical part, it is float. So the float will be used to make the shaft move according to the movement of the wave. So the second component, which is belt drive. So basically, belt drive are used as a source of motion to transfer or to transmit power efficiently or to detect relative motion. There are two types of belt drive, which are open belt drive and cross belt drive. For the wave energy study kit, the project used an open belt drive. An open belt drive is used to rotate the propel pulley in the same direction as the actuator pulley. So next, let's continue with linear ball bearing. So a ball bearing is a component to reduce friction and handle stress during rotational or linear motion. The wheel assemble the bearing allow a rolling device which reduce friction between the bearing surface and the rolling bearing surface. To serve all these functions, the bearing use relative simple structures, which is a ball with a fine metal surface on the inside and outside to assist winding. The ball itself carries the weight of the load, which is the force of the weight of the load that drives the rotation of the bearing. So next is shaft and bearing. The function of the shaft and bearing for this project is to reduce the friction by providing smooth metal balls and other metal surface for the balls to rolling against. It is attached to the float to create horizontal and vertical position in the project. So we already cover the mechanical part. So now let's continue with the electrical part. So first of all is DC generator. There are two types of generators, which are AC generator and DC generator. For the project, we use the DC generator. Okay, both of the generator produce electrical energy based on the same principle in Faraday law of mechanical induction. According to the law, when a conductor moves in a magnetic field, the conductor cuts the line of magnetic strength because of the EMF caused by the conductor. The magnitude of induced EMF depends on the rate of change of flux, which is the relationship of the strength of the magnetic line with the conductor. EMF will cause the current to flow if the conductor circuit is closed. The wave monitoring kit use a DC generator to convert kinetic energy from wave motion to electrical energy. Okay, next, the crucial part for the project is the controller itself. So the controller, we use Arduino. So we use Arduino because it is inexpensive, will make the cost reduce, and it is easier to program, so that it is more easier to build and easy to use for the beginners. Okay, next we go to the sensors. There are two sensors in this project, which is current sensors and voltage sensor. The current sensor used in this project is to receive input to be transferred to Arduino. It will detect the current level that it produces from the movement of the wave and then will send the signal to the controller. Next is voltage sensor. The voltage sensor will be used as the input receiver for the Arduino. The function is to detect voltage produced from the movement of the wave. Then it will transfer signal to the controller. Okay, the last component is power supply or battery. The function of battery in this project is act as a power supply for the whole operation of the study kit. As this project is a standalone project, it is not suitable for it to have a long distance or power supply cable, so it's safer use a battery as a power supply. Okay, next, let's learn how the kit works. Okay, so as we can see in the flowchart, so it will start, then the Arduino will turn on. The float will move according to the wave movement. Then by the wave movement, the generator will rotate, and then electricity will generate based on the Faraday's law. Then the current sensor on. Current sensor and the voltage sensor will on. So the output from the sensor will be displayed on the smartphone. Okay, next, there is two safety features that we will use in this kit. First of all is cable wrap. Cable wrap is to cover the electrical wire from the wave. Next is electrical cover to close electrical wiring, battery, and protect the controller. Okay, last is our analysis technique. So for the analysis technique, we use the formula. So the formula is energy generated equal to voltage versus current. The current and voltage value are taken from the result provided by the output. The stronger the wave energy, the energy generated by the output is high. So that's all from me for the methodology part. Now I will pass to Harish. Thank you.
Okay, so as for the results and analysis, as you can see in the picture, it is a wave energy study kit prototype where it consists of a float, belt drives, linear ball bearings, and shaft and bearings. So basically the floats are placed above the wave swell and moves according to the wave movement, which is up and down, back and forth. The movement of the float then make the linear shaft slides, as the shafts are attached to the belting that is attached together with the generator. So from this, the kinetic energy which is produced are then converted into electrical energy. So I'm going to talk about the electricity generation, where this device at the top of the prototype, which is the control box, this device reacts when it captures horizontal and vertical waves by turning the LED lights on. So the linear shaft that is connected to the generator will move through the float in an horizontal wave-like motion. Then it creates an electrical signal, which then eventually lights up the LED. In a vertical wave, the motion of the float causes the linear shaft, which is connected to the generator, to slide, and this phenomenon will cause an electrical signal to be generated, which will turn on the second LED. But to note, when there is no motion detected, no electrical signal will be generated, thus both LED lights will not turn on or it will be dim. So from this, the wave energy study kit prototype can show when different motion and strength of waves are able to create different conditions to the electrical signal generated. The wave energy study kit prototype indicates the different condition in simple matter, making it easily understood by students or educators. That's all. I will pass to my friend Izham for the next part.
Okay, now let's continue with the last part. which is conclusion. So from the study, we can see that wave energy study kit will give the new kind of or a way of learning and teaching style between teachers and the student. The student will learning in hands-on experience, which can give them more understanding than just studying from the textbook and learning the theories, learning the calculation in the classroom. So we can see that the kid can receive consistent and repetitive wave up to height of 20 centimeter with the radius of 0.5 to 1 with the duration of the 1.5 to 1.5 seconds. This is allow student to learn optimal type of wave needed to produce electrical energy as the output is more accurate. Okay, initially the study kit had a trouble when measuring and displaying the output because the standard multimeter was not suitable to use. So after make a brainstorming and research, to solve this problem, the multimeter was replaced with digital oscilloscope, which is capable to accepting various voltage ranges. Okay, now next, from this research, we also can learn that the renewable energy is very important for the human. Renewable It is because renewable energy is important to reducing carbon emission of greenhouse gases and reducing the use of limited resources such as fossil fuels. If humans are still depend on natural resources, it is feared that the resource will be depleted in the future, and as we know, the fossil fuel need millions of years to recover. So in the meantime, if we human don't search for the alternative, we will live in the way that there is no energy, so it will be hard for us in the future. So it is very important to the young generation to explore more about the renewable energy and be the part of the researcher in the future, so they can contribute to humankind and give the more efficient way to generate energy for the world. So recommendation for the future study, we can see that it is more necessary if we make the kit is portable, because the convenient for student and user to bring it anywhere. So to make it this portable, we need to make the kit smaller. We need to use all the component in small size and lighter. So this will help the student to use the kit without limitation. Okay, next, we will make this prototype hybrid so that it will not just a wave energy study kit, it will also can be a solar energy generator energy kit, so student can learn more about renewable energy, that we can use the wave, we can use solar, and maybe in the future we can put wind, or who knows. So this will be more interesting for the student, and it will be more fun in learning between the teachers and the student. So that's all from us. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.